Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Yes. And welcome to Coffee with Kem and Hills.
It's Thursday, which means it's almost Friday, which means it's almost the weekend. That happens every week. I don't know if you guys were aware of that.
Yeah, have you noticed it? Just go to every Thursday episode and we're like, guess what? It's Thursday, which means it's almost Friday, which means, yeah. We just like to reiterate what you're probably already aware of, but we like to celebrate things worth celebrating over here.
It's like manifesting, right?
It is. It is, except we don't really have to put it out there for it to happen, but...
Right, but hey.
Hey. It works for us.
Exactly.
Are you doing anything fun this weekend?
Well, it's 4th of July weekend, so I know, right?
It is, isn't it?
Right?
Oh my gosh, okay.
So yeah, we are headed to my in-laws, and we're just going to spend the weekend up there and just kind of enjoy some family time.
Oh, that's nice.
Hopefully see some fireworks.
They're in Connecticut, right? Okay, yep.
Go to the beach.
Oh, that'd be nice if you get to see some fireworks. I feel like when I lived in New York City for 15 plus years, and this was a long time. It really just aged myself. Always got to see fireworks. We always found a way to see them, and it was just like what you do. But I've now been in Jersey for 2 years. Yes, 2 years. And I don't know where to go.
Just look it up. Google it.
I know. Google that shit.
Google that
That's what I was saying. Just Google that shit.
It's true.
Yeah. What am I talking about? I don't have to think. I can just Google it.
Yeah, we don't have to think anymore. You just
I
Google
need to
things.
ask somebody. I'll just Google it.
You don't have to remember in your brain.
Anything.
You don't. Exactly.
It's very true. Yeah, I guess I'm going to Google that.
Yeah.
So yeah, no plans here. Forgot it was 4th of July this weekend.
Well, it's one of those holidays that it's either a huge family thing and people plan a lot around it, or it's not a big deal and kind of a little bit more of a day off, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it wasn't a big thing. Like our family never did anything big growing up for it.
Really?
No, it wasn't. I mean, maybe like a little barbecue or something, but it wasn't like, oh, we're gonna like go on vacation for the 4th or whatever. But more so when I got older and like in my community of friends, it was like an excuse to get together and have some drinks. Kind of, you know.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, all holidays are
that when you're in your 20s.
Of that nature. Like, yeah, definitely in your 20s.
Yeah, when we were growing up, we had family friends who invited us to their pool every year for 4th of July. And that pool put on like a ton of events and like it was really fun. But some years, because it was the Bay Area, it was really cold. So it'd be like 60 degrees. And you'd be like, I don't want to get in the water, Mom. I don't want to get in the water.
You need a heated pool. It has to be so heated. Yeah, I'm like a baby with that. I need a heated pool. I'm like, I can't go in. It's too cold. It's horrible. I wish I was like more beastly with that. And I was like, oh, I can, you know.
It's just not as much fun.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
All right, so what are you all doing for 4th of July? Let us know. Tell us all about it, please. All right, let's get into some hot topics. This is from Investopedia, which is fun to say, right?
Yes,
Investopedia.
Yeah.
Investopedia. Reverse mortgage and elder care. What you need to know. I didn't know that much about a reverse mortgage. So basically, reverse mortgages can help pay for elder care, but there can be pitfalls.
Yeah. A lot of people, especially older people, might not have long-term care insurance, which helps pay for sometimes that care that you might need either in your own home or going to a nursing home should something happen to you. That either whether it's a long-term thing where you need help every single day from a nurse coming into your house, or, you know, something that's, you know, you fall and break a hip and you need to be in the hospital for X amount of time.
Right.
And possibly have somebody to come help take care of the house for you and take care of you. But not everybody pays for long-term care insurance. It is expensive, especially as you get older.
Right.
If you haven't started paying into it as a younger person. So reverse mortgages can help offset the some of those costs as you get older.
Right. And there are some other things you could do, which you could sell your home and use that money to help finance the monthly costs of living in a care facility. You need to consider if your needs are not severe enough to require assisted living or a nursing home. You may want to like stay in your home, and maybe you could just do hourly care as well rather than monthly,
Right.
To cut the costs.
Yeah.
So it really kind of depends on your situation. But if your savings and income are not enough to cover in-home care, that is when a reverse mortgage might be for you. So these loans let you tap into home equity without moving out, needing good credit or certain income to qualify, or requiring any monthly payments. So,
Right. So you're not having to pay
option.
out of pocket. It's just coming out of your mortgage. So whatever the value of your home is when it eventually sells.
right. How to use a reverse mortgage to pay for elder care. Tell us. A reverse mortgage allows homeowners ages 62 and older to access their home equity as large lump sums, a line of credit, a stream of monthly payments, or a combo of monthly payments and a line of credit. That's pretty great.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it could be a really great tool.
But if you don't have at least 50% equity in your home, you probably won't qualify. So that's something to consider as well. And another option is, I thought this was interesting, you could take out a reverse mortgage line of credit at 62 and let it grow for a decade or longer before you need to use it.
Yeah, that was definitely some interesting
Savvy moves.
Yeah, savvy moves. I think that this is one of those times where if you're thinking about doing this, to talk to somebody who
Definitely,
has a lot of knowledge specifically in this area,
Right.
And can look at your more holistic picture and what your long-term goals are. I know that that's also typically difficult when you're faced with having to pay for long-term care. You might not be in a position, sometimes you have to make quick decisions. But I think that this is one of those places where you really need to weigh a lot of the pluses and minuses, because there's some opportunities here where it might not be that you need to use it right away, but you think you'll need into home care later on. So
talking to someone who can kind of look through your entire, portfolio and all of your, specifics to help you sort of make that decision, I feel like is really vital, because this can be kind of confusing.
Yeah.
Like as it states, there are like some really great pros to it, but then there are some pitfalls as well.
Yeah.
So
one of the things that you have to, in order to keep your reverse mortgage going, you have to have your home as your primary residence for 12 consecutive months. So if you are living at a nursing home or a facility where you're getting care there, you probably don't qualify and or will have to start paying back the reverse mortgage. So there's things to consider depending on how long you're going to need your care for.
Well, and the article covers, how will the loan servicer know that you've moved out? Maybe they won't. Sneaky. But they do require you to sign an annual certificate stating that the home is your principal residence. So you'd be committing occupancy fraud by lying about it.
Yeah.
So that's your risk to take.
Yeah.
Right. So how will I pay my reverse mortgage if I have to move into assisted living? Okay. So if you owe more than the home is worth, you can lender foreclose, sell the home, repay the loan from the proceeds, keeping any remaining funds. If your home is worth more than you owe, you can sell your home to repay the loan.
And then you get to keep whatever is left over.
That's right.
Yeah.
Simple enough, right?
Yeah.
Definitely go talk to a financial professional.
Definitely.
Yes. Well, I think we're going to take a quick commercial break, but we will be right back with some more exciting hot topics. Welcome back, everyone. We have some more hot topics for you, and this one's pretty interesting. Okay, this is from Bloomberg. Cliff Bar billionaires reap 2,400% gain by rebuffing early buyout. Okay, so Gary Erickson was offered $120 million to sell Cliff Bar and Company to Quaker Oats. And this was back in like 2000.
Yes.
Right? I mean, that's a good number.
It's a good number.
That would be hard to pass up.
Especially for a company that he had started in his kitchen and grassroots really started, made up the first Cliff Bar recipe and started it there.
I mean, clearly this was his baby, and he wasn't just going to give it up right away.
No.
And let me tell you, that was a smart move.
Was.
Because 22 years later, Erickson accepts a $2.9 billion buyout from Mondelez.
What's
that? Mondelez.
So they own like Oreo and Cadbury and a bunch of
it's like
other.
one that like owns all the,
they own a ton of things.
Own all the things.
Yes.
Mondelez. Okay, sorry, never heard of it internationally. Making Eric and his wife self-made billionaires.
Yes.
22 years later. What?
Yeah.
I mean, he was already doing well.
Yes, absolutely.
So it's like, I mean, like, can you imagine?
No.
2.9 billion?
Well, and I think it's interesting. So what's really cool, and Cliff Bar is one of those brands that has always kind of, at least in my mind, been known as like a give back, like a very good company to work for and be part of. So in 2010, they actually gave 20% of the company, of equity in the company, to their employees, which is really cool. So
everyone comes out.
So Gary Erickson and his wife, Kit Crawford, who are the founders, they walk away with 80% of the company. So that is $2.3 billion that they're walking away from. Now taxes, it takes it down to 1.55, but still, I mean, that's a pretty good situation. But I think it's great that the employees are taken care of as part of their retirements. Yeah. And
they will not need a reverse mortgage.
Most likely not.
That's the moral of the story.
Exactly. And I think, it's a great thing that they're getting this amount of money and it's so awesome. But who knows what could have happened in those 22 years? They definitely took a huge risk in holding onto the company and growing it. Now, granted, they've also launched Luna Bar and Cliff Kid in that time period. So they've certainly expanded their offerings.
Yeah, it feels like it must have been a passion project for sure. And they really believed in it. And they went with their instincts, which were just like spot on, obviously.
Yeah. Well, I think when they started the company, the only other really bar that was in the game was Power Bars.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Power bars.
Yeah, which tasted like
bars. Chalk.
Right? These were good.
Sorry, Power
Bar.
Power bar buyers. Power.
I don't know. Buyers. Are they still around? I haven't seen
them in a while.
But now there's so many other bars on the
That's true. Yeah.
That are healthy. Like there's so many.
And
competitors.
Cliff bars and Luna bars are like go-to, I feel like. Still. When you're like, oh, I'm hungry, and you see that, at the bodega or whatever, you're like, oh, I can get a Cliff bar.
Yeah.
They're delicious.
They're delicious. It's like cake. Healthy-ish.
Yeah, right.
They're energy bars.
They're energy bars. They make you feel great.
So cheers to them for holding out and making it happen.
Seriously, cheers to them. Yeah, they're going to be going into retirement. It's going to be a nice, cushy retirement. Let's just say that much. Cushy.
Well, and it's funny. They didn't say whether they're going to walk away from the business at this point. It was very vague about
I want to know what they're going to do with it.
I know.
Yeah,
I have a feeling that they'll probably stay on the company because I think that, to your point, it's a passion.
They're emotionally connected to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
so stay tuned.
Go Gary Erickson. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be right back to talk about the shows airing today on ROI TV. Welcome back, everyone. This is just your friendly reminder not to miss today's episodes of Options Crash Course, Elder Talk, and Browns and Suits. You can catch them all on ROI TV. Where at, Hillary?
On Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, or whether on your phone or tablet on Apple or Android devices.
That's right. Thank you so much for joining us on another week of Coffee with Kem and Hills. We will see you next Monday with more coffee, hot topics, and all things finances.